Persona 4 Golden is the only Persona game on modern day consoles I have never played. And with Persona 3 Reload coming out earlier in the year, me already having the platinum for that game and hearing nothing but good things about Persona 4, I decided to give it a try and go for the platinum trophy. There are 40 bronze trophies, 6 silver, and 3 gold trophies. Including our platinum, that brings us to 50 total trophies, while also having to do 2 playthroughs of the game. If you've ever played a Persona game all the way through, you know how long they are. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the video. I start by picking out my difficulty, which for this playthrough, I just played on normal. Oh, and there's everyone's favorite, Igor. He gives us the rundown of everything, I choose my name, and soon enough, we meet who we'll be staying with for the year that we have in Inaba, our uncle Dojima and his daughter Nanako. On our way home, we run into this strange girl. I'm sure it's nothing. The attendant at the gas station tries to make small talk with me and for some reason shakes my hand. The weird stuff continues as my first night in bed, I have a dream where I'm in this weird foggy place and end up having my first battle against this fog monster. The next day is the first day of school, and I meet one of our first homies, Yosuke. I'll give you 2 guesses on who else the main character is in a classroom full of everyone wearing the same outfit. Our teacher asks us to introduce ourselves, but man, you gotta get that looked at. And I'll just introduce these 2 now. This is Yukiko and Chie, 2 more of our friends. They just don't know it yet. Turns out there's been a murder in the town of Inaba, and this is what the whole story revolves around, is our group of friends trying to solve this murder and who's behind it. If you've played this game, then you already know this, but if you haven't, now you know. I think Persona 4 has my favorite story out of all the Persona games that I've played, which are 3, 4, and 5. But this isn't a comparison video. The next day, we meet Yosuke's girlfriend, but she's not actually his girlfriend. She'll be important later. At night, I start tweaking while watching the Midnight Channel and get the premium suck from the TV. So of course, the next logical thing to do is to show off to my friends. Doesn't anyone find it weird how there's just a boy with half his body inside of a TV in the middle of the day? And somehow both Chie and Yosuke managed to fall into the TV. And welcome to the TV world. We will be spending a lot of time here. This serves as your Tartarus from Persona 5 or Persona 3. After some more story stuff, we meet the mascot for this game, Teddy. After, Teddy escorts us back to the real world and Dojima tells us that Yosuke's girlfriend is missing. And by missing, I mean dead. Me and Yosuke decide to head back into the TV and we awaken our persona. I think that these are some of the coolest scenes in these games because it just shows you how much of a badass you are as a main character. And after I win my first fight, I earn my first trophy. And there's our first trophy, the other self. Obtain the persona Izanagi. I think that's how you say it. Oh, and now there's 2 Yosuke's. Let's clean that up real quick. Also, how these shadows work, I think, is off of negative emotions and thoughts from people in the real world, thus making these their shadows. Shadow Yosuke isn't a hard boss. He's weak to lightning, which our starting persona has, so the fight is pretty easy. However, after the fight, Yosuke awakens his persona and joins the team as a party member. That same night, a new guest on the Midnight Channel appears, and it's Yukiko. The following day before school, I established my first social link with Yosuke, the magician. I would need to max out every single social link in one playthrough in order for 3 trophies. And in my opinion, these are the hardest things to do in a Persona playthrough. Now it's time to go save Yukiko, but not quite. I head to the Velvet Room and hey, it's the girl from the beginning of the game. Her name is Marie. In Yukiko's castle, we get introduced to a new mechanic, Shuffle Time. I need to get 50 sweet bonuses, which means clearing all of the cards in Shuffle Time for a trophy. Speaking of trophies, I earned a very easy one by hitting an enemy from the back. What? A little later in the dungeon, we have to defeat Chie's shadow to get her as a party member. And during the fight, I earn another trophy for switching personas 5 times in battle. After the fight, Chie is too exhausted to go on, so we decide to stop for the day. After leaving the castle, we establish another social link. This one is shared between all of our friends and will progress naturally throughout the story. The next day at school, I unlock Chie's social link and earn a trophy for handing Maria a skill card. I then head over to the vending machines because there's a trophy for winning a prize from one of these. However, you can only buy 5 drinks from these a week, and no luck this week. Then I decide to hang out with Marie and start on her social link, and at night, I head up to my room to study. On the 19th, we have the option to join the basketball or soccer club. I choose the soccer club for this playthrough and establish another social link. And during the night, I study some more. On the best day of the year, I hang out with Yosuke and end the night reading a book. The next day, I buy a persona from the compendium and earn a trophy and hang out with Yosuke. Now, I won't be covering every single social link story because that would just take way too long and this video would be longer than it already is. I do, however, end up finishing my first book, and this one gives me double knowledge when studying, so very useful. The following day, I head to the billboard in town and pick up a couple part-time jobs. There are 3 social links locked behind part-time jobs, so it was crucial to get my social stats high enough to accept the jobs and establish those links. During the evening, I read another book. What an exciting life I lead, I know. Since we have the day off school, I decide to hang out with Yosuke, and you can probably guess what I do in the evening. And since it's Monday, the vending machines have reset, so I have another chance to earn that trophy for winning a prize, and of course I don't win. Let's start another social link. We're given the option to join either the drama club or the music club. I went with the drama club, and after eating some expired food, I raised my first social stat to the next level. I earned a trophy on the 27th for buying this food item from a food stand, and another one for buying an item from a capsule machine. And now it's finally time to go save Yukiko and get our 4th party member. I won't be covering dungeon content right now unless it ties in with getting trophies, so let's just get to the boss fight. It's not difficult at all, and dare I say it, Persona 4 is probably the easiest Persona game I've ever played. Not saying that's a bad thing, but compared to 3 and 5, this just felt a lot easier. Like I said, not a bad thing. About halfway through the fight, Yukiko spawns a prince, but he's not too bad to deal with. The fight ended up being actually a pretty close call. Both me and Yosuke were feared and the whole party barely had any health. But after the fight with Yukiko, she gains her persona and we earn another trophy. Alright, now that everything is back to normal, time to do some social link. I do Yumi's today. She's the girl from the drama club. I don't think I said that before, so I'm saying it now. Also, every time we save a party member or do a dungeon, we get this grace period where they are waiting to recover. And this is essentially the best time to upgrade social links or social stats before the fog sets in and the next dungeon opens up. After a cutscene on the 30th, Yukiko officially joins the team and we earn another level for the investigation team social link. Now, I'm editing this as I go along in the story, and I'm just gonna leave this as a note right now. I don't trust this fucking guy Adachi. Something seems off about him. This will also be the last night I cover any studying / book reading in the video. You guys get the premise. All you need to know moving forward is there's a trophy for reading every single book in the game. To celebrate the first day of May, I decided to hang out with Marie, and on the 3rd, we established one of my favorite social links in all of Persona, Nanako's. I start working on Chie's social link the next day, and at the shrine I establish another social link. This time it's with the Fox. It brings us requests and we must fulfill them. I won't show these requests, but that's how you advance a social link. Hey, Yosuke's social link is halfway, moving along pretty nicely. Then I establish another top tier social link, Dojima's. May 9th starts the first exam week, so we will be unable to do any social links or progression for those few days. So I spend the Sunday before hanging out with Chie, and let's just skip those exam days because they're unimportant. The 13th, which just happens to fall on a Friday, we establish Adachi's social link. Still don't trust this guy. And now we get introduced to the best character in this whole game, Kanji Tatsumi, my absolute boy. Argue with a wall, he's the best. Oh, and he's on the Midnight channel, so we should save him. And it seems like Kanji is going through some internal struggle. I'm sure this won't be an issue later. On the 17th, we establish Yukiko's social link, and then a few days later, I activate Margaret's social link, which will end up becoming the most important in the whole game. On the 20th, I activate another social link, and then until Kanji is ready to be rescued, I just spend my time leveling up those social links. Alright, now it's time to go save Kanji. What the fuck is going on in this game? What is this? I get a trophy for defeating a golden hand for the first time, and in the bathhouse, my main goal is to work on the trophy for getting 50 sweet bonuses. A sweet bonus is clearing all of the cards, which I believe I said earlier. The good thing about a sweet bonus is that once you get your next one, you automatically get 3 picks for it, making it really easy to chain them together. On floor 3, there's a interesting scene with Kanji. Eddie tells a really awful joke and we move on. I earn a trophy for exploiting enemies' weaknesses 100 times, and it doesn't take me long to reach the 11th floor and meet with Kanji, and man, this gets pretty deep, no pun intended. Oh Kanji, you said the magic words and now we have a boss fight. I will say these bosses so far have been interesting in terms of design and I am a fan. After a good fight, Shadow Kanji goes down and wait, what is he yapping about? After Kanji knocks him out, he spits facts and gets his persona, which I am not going to pronounce, and we gain a trophy and a new friend. Just like with Yukiko, we have to wait for Kanji to recover, so we spend the next days just leveling up social links and our social stats. And this was actually the week that I earned the trophy for winning a prize from the vending machines. And originally I was going to cover every single day what I did, but I figured that would get really repetitive, so I'm just going to show the social link level up and move on with the story unless it's me unlocking a new social link, which we don't have many more to unlock. However, on the 29th, we now have access to Tanaka's amazing commodities, and we need to buy things from this show 5 times for a trophy, and the items show up just a few days later. On the 5th, I obtain a butterfly net, which will be important later, and on the 6th, Kanji officially joins the team and our aura goes through the roof as a group. On the 7th, we meet Saki's brother. You guys remember Saki, right? She's the one who died, and apparently he hates us. We received Dojima's scooter on the 9th, and this will be very useful as well because it lets us go to areas outside of Inaba. I also earn a pretty easy trophy for swinging the bug net with perfect timing the same day. I really wish there was a sprint button in this game. make traversal a lot easier, but this game did come out in like, I don't know, 2009. No, way earlier than that. I don't know what year it came out, but anyway, we're about to establish Kanji's social link. Here we go. The Emperor Arcana, Kanji social link established. Now we can start working on that. And I'm very excited because Kanji is probably my favorite character so far, at least. I haven't met all of them, but let's take our scooter for a ride today. No way. Is this what's the guy's name from Persona 3? Akinari? Is this his story? Oh, that's crazy. And what better way to use our scooter than to go to the city and pick up the hose? And of course it doesn't go well. And things get even worse because the number Yosuke got apparently leads to one of Shohei Ohtani's relatives. Do you think she gambles? Bro, this is so f***ed up. What? Oh, what the f is this? Oh my god. This is not okay. I shouldn't be laughing. Yosuke, let's just go home. And the 17th is the start of the summer camp out. This will last the 17th and the 18th, and it's just a fun school trip full of bad food, chilling in the tent with the homies, and getting pushed into a river. Once we get back, it's back to the grind of leveling up social links until our next Midnight Channel victim. During lunch on the 20th, I start I's social link by skipping out on class and going shopping instead. And the next victim doesn't pop up too long after that, and it's Risei Kujikawa, the TV star. Oh, and look at that. We might not even have to save Risei because it looks like we found the murderer. Thanks for taking him to the station, Adachi. Oh, never mind. Looks like Risei is still missing. Yep, she's there in the TV. All right, let's go save her. Now, one thing I'm not a fan of in Persona games is how they sexualize these high school students. I'd rather just not see this, but I understand it's for the story and I can't do anything about it. Anyway, let's establish Teddy's social link. And welcome to the strip club. This is where Risei is, naturally. At the top of the strip club, we see Risei and her shadow, and of course she says the magic words, so now we have a boss fight. This fight is pretty straightforward, however, about halfway through, we are no longer able to do damage, and just when we're about to lose the fight, Teddy shows up and saves the day. After Teddy saves us, everyone is saved, and we earn Risei as a new party member and the navigator of the group. Wait, what is that thing? Shadow Teddy boss fight. He's pretty straightforward too. He has this one attack that takes one turn to charge up, but if you block it with your whole party, it's really easy to counter. After the Shadow Teddy beatdown, now it's really over. This dungeon, that is. Teddy awakens his persona, so now we can use him as a party member, and after Teddy's workout, we get a trophy. The day after saving Risei, I earn a trophy for buying 5 things from Tanaka's. Woo! And now that it's the period where we're waiting on Risei to recover, we work on our social links. And remember when I met Saki's brother and he said he hated me? Well, now we're best friends. And the next day we instantly start working on the social link. That evening on the bulletin board, we accept the job as a hospital janitor, which also has 2 social links behind it. Neither of them unlock tonight, but next time we visit, one of them will. Oh, and look at that, it's July. It's only July. I'm just kidding, I'm loving this game. I visit the hospital again and unlock the social link with the nurse, and from here on out, almost every single day, I will be catching bugs because it's useful for fishing, which I will also have to do for a trophy. At the hospital one night, there's this lady in black who, spoiler alert, is also one of our social links. And on July 10th, we get another bombshell in the story. Our teacher, Mr. Morooka, has been killed, and we don't know why. So now the plot thickens. Originally, we thought that the killer was just targeting people that appear on TV, but that is definitely not the case. And it looks like Teddy has stumbled into the human world. And with that, another level for the investigation team. And somehow this was inside Teddy? The real Teddy? He's not just a bear? Did he grow a body? Then we run into someone else who is exploring the case. This guy, what's his name?
My name is Naoto Shiragane.
Now that Risei is officially part of the investigation team, we can start working towards the most annoying trophy in the entire game, Hardcore Rosette Fan. This trophy makes us hear 250 of Risei's navigation lines, and I'll go more in depth with it when we actually start working on it, but for now, we have to find out who killed King Moron. But that can wait because we need to earn a trophy. This is a real easy one that just requires us to see a movie 3 times with friends. I just made a backup save, and when I got the trophy, just reloaded that save to 3 days prior. I also start my journey to become the best fisherman ever. There is a trophy required for this, and the main reason why I caught bugs is to use it as bait. And a few days later, I unlock Risei's social link. Then I earn a trophy for getting the highest scores on our exams, and now it's summer vacation. I'm sure this is going to be full of fun, right? Like being normal high schoolers. Oh, it looks like we're going to the beach. I'm sure nothing wrong will happen, and this will be a completely normal trip. On the Midnight channel, we see this interesting character. Wait, I feel like I've seen him before. So we start off our summer vacation trying to figure out who the real murderer is. And after some thorough investigation and asking people around town, we find out that the kid's name is Mitsuo Kubo. So now we have our murderer. But let's take a break and unlock another social link. This is the old lady that we found in the hospital, and I actually enjoyed this social link a lot. The next day is when we get access to Mitsuo's dungeon. However, I backtracked for some items and end up getting the 50 sweet bonus trophy. And this is probably my second favorite dungeon in the game, just because of the theme. I also get the trophy for performing 50 all-out attacks, and this dungeon is where I start the grind for hardcore Reset fan, which I explained earlier. I have to hear 250 of Risei's navigation lines. The only catch is they have to be different lines, they can't be repeat lines. So this makes it being the most annoying trophy in the whole game. Thankfully, I found a checklist online that lets me check what I need to do and how to do it, but it still doesn't make it any less annoying. Eventually, I make it to Mitsuo and his boss is interesting. A baby? I don't know about this one, boys. This boss is pretty annoying, honestly, but I feel like I just didn't do enough damage because he kept regenerating his little shell. So I had to keep destroying it over and over again. Eventually though, we get through the boss. In the real world, Mitsuo admits to what he did. Seems like that he only did it for attention. And he's also edgy. Eventually, we call the police and earn a trophy. There's our trophy. Game over. Secure Mitsuo Kubo. Why was Adachi-san so happy? He's kind of fishy. He's always slacking off. He's never doing shit. It's just very odd. And after solving the case, this calls for a celebration. Since we've solved the case, this must mean we're gonna start wrapping things up, right? The celebration consists of the girls cooking for us, and yeah, it doesn't go well. All right, and right here, we're gonna get a trophy for entering a romantic relationship with somebody. Just gotta get through the rest of this dialogue. Will you be my girlfriend? I went with Chie just because I have her social link the farthest out of everybody's. I don't really care about who I romance in this game because they're all high schoolers. Your relationship with Chie has become intimate. There we go, a special lady. Enter a special relationship with someone. On the 23rd, we go to the beach and that man Kanji has that shit on, I guess. Oh, and he lost it. Okay, well, this isn't good. Eventually, we find it and plant the seeds for a skiing trip during winter break. When we get back, I max out Chie's social link and earn the trophy for maxing out a single social link, the first of many. And then we get to talking about Naoto Shirogane again. I wonder where this is going. Oh, hey, look, it's Naoto. He goes to our school. Looks like we have another class trip coming up soon. And it's to Tatsumi Port Island. When I heard this, I was super excited because Persona 3 is my favorite Persona, so knowing that I'm going back there was really cool to hear. The next day, I earned a trophy for catching the fish, the Guardian. And on the 8th is our school trip to Gekkoukan High. And if you've played Persona 3, you know who this is. If you don't, well, it's right there. I also like how they added the music from Persona 3 for this scene, and I went over Chihiro's Fear of Men, which is what her social link was all about in 3. Really cool touch. Although the trip isn't that fun because we still have to learn and sit in a classroom. However, at night we head up to Club Escapade and it gets pretty crazy. Now that we're back in town, I max out Yosuke's social link. Oh, and we check the Midnight channel where the next person inside is Naoto. And this is where I made a really big push for hardcore Reset fan. I knocked out all the easy ones like seeing enemies' weaknesses and hitting enemies with their weakness. Where it gets annoying is with the status ailments. Because with those, I had my social links at a pretty high level, and one of the levels gives you an ability to cure status ailments, which has definitely trolled me a few times. And like I said, man, shout out to this checklist for making the grind a lot easier and telling me what I needed to do in order to get some of these lines to trigger. After this grind session, I believe I had around 175 lines, but I stopped for now and started going for Naoto. Once we get to Naoto, we actually find out that she's a girl. Whoa, hold up, what? Naoto's a girl? That's actually pretty crazy. I should have healed before I walked into this fight. We're fine. And when we finished the boss fight, we saved Naoto, and I will say I wasn't really a fan of her at first when she joined the team, but as the game went on, she definitely grew on me as a character. And there's our trophy, Boarded Up Lab. Rescue Naoto Shirogane. While waiting for Naoto to recover, I max out Nanako's social link, and then I earn a couple trophies in the Velvet Room. One for performing a special fusion, another for performing 50 Persona fusions, and the last one for completing 50% of the Persona Compendium. I then max out Dojima's and the Fox's social link and establish one of our last social links with Shu. On October 6th, Naoto is back and she joins the team, and then we start rehearsing for the concert that is taking place at Junes. And on the 10th is the concert. Wait, who is this guy? The concert ended up being a huge success and everyone loved it. Next, we see a cutscene of a guy in a dark room staring at the TV, saying that the TV world is more peaceful than the real world. I'm sure this couldn't go wrong. 22nd, we unlock Naoto's social link, and the 24th, we max out Yukiko's social link. And on the 28th, we find out that we've been signed up for the cross-dressing competition at school. And this is absolutely insane. All the homies dressing up as girls. What did we do to deserve this, man? However, Teddy seems to enjoy it. And now it's Halloween, and we're super dripped out. Thankfully, we get to keep this costume. On November 2nd, I maxed out the social link with the nurse, and Dojima found one of our letters and is on to us, so we get taken to the police station. And look who's in the room. Fucking Adachi. Dojima doesn't believe us when we tell him about our persona and people being thrown into the TV, naturally. Adachi, don't talk to us, man. We're not cool. At the police station, we check the TV because it's midnight, and oh my god, Nanako is in the midnight channel. But since Dojima took our phone, there's no way to contact anyone about it. But I guess our friends checked the midnight channel as well because they are all hurrying to try and help. However, when Naoto gets to our house, the door was wide open and no Nanako to be found. The next cutscene we see is Dojima chasing after Nanako's kidnapper and eventually getting himself into a car crash. The person behind this is one named Namatame. However, he is nowhere to be found and neither is Nanako. However, he did have a TV in the back of his truck, so he must have escaped through there. And it looks like he's the real serial killer behind everything because he has the names of all the victims in the game so far. We go see Dojima in the hospital and headed to Nanako's dungeon, which is definitely my favorite in the entire game. Not only for the scenery, but this has to be the best song in Persona 4. Please don't copyright strike me, but just listen to this music. In Nanako's dungeon, I just keep pushing for Hardcore Rosette Fan, getting closer and closer to earning that trophy, and at this point I did have retry battles on because some of the lines for Hardcore Rosette Fan trigger when party members go down, so I just figured turning this on would make it a lot easier. Eventually, we make it to the top of Nanako's dungeon, and there's the man himself, Namatame. He then talks about saving people. Hey buddy, I don't think killing people is how you save them. And after some questioning, he is the one who put all those people in the TV. Surely after this, we found our killer, right? And he's still going on about saving people. Man, didn't I tell you? Anyway, let's just get to the boss fight. This is a new boss type, which will be a recurring trend for the last few dungeons, Sagiris. I'll talk more about them later. After the boss fight, we save Nanako, however, she isn't looking too good. Oh, and we should probably take Namatame with us too. After the cutscenes, we earn a trophy, and Nanako is in the hospital for now, so you know what that means. An opportunity to earn a trophy. However, that can wait because we max out Kanji's social link, and on November 21st, we see that there is a very thick fog that has overtaken the town. I wouldn't speak too soon about that. Adachi tells us that we can start visiting Nanako in the hospital, so now we can earn the trophy Big Bro is worried for visiting her 3 times. And at the hospital, they say that they can't find out what caused Nanako's symptoms. And then the doctor talks about fog-related issues and how it's affecting people's health. Some people think it's global warming, and some think it's poisonous. Me? I just want trophies. So let's go get that one for visiting Nanako 3 times in the hospital. I make a backup save, visit her 3 times, and I also maxed out all my social stats and earned another trophy. There we go, Big Bro is worried. Visit Nanako in the hospital 3 times. And there is another social link maxed out. The tutored student. We're getting there. We are getting there. I should be coming up on the 10 social links max trophy. I maxed out Risei's social link and earned the trophy Bond Maniac for maxing out 10 social links. Did this fucking town just get thrown into the midnight channel? Nah, this is getting interesting now. This is getting crazy. There will be dramatic turns in the story from this point. It is strongly recommended that you take this opportunity to save. I don't even know what to expect, honestly. Tell him, Kanji. Tell this motherfucker. Get this bitch. Get him, Kanji. Yeah. Oh no. Don't tell me. What is happening? There's no way, bro. No, what? Bro, what? Hold on. There's no way Nanako just... Oh, what just happened? There's no way. I'm in shock. In Namatame's hospital room, it looks like he's trying to escape. And on the Midnight Channel, we see his shadow self. And Naoto's right, he never did face his other self. Yosuke wants to throw him into the TV and end it all. And we have the opportunity to end this whole thing and be done. However, we choose not to throw him into the TV because that's not nice. I wonder if you push him into the TV if that's just like the end of the game right there and that's one of the endings. But we've maxed out another social link, the investigation team, the Seekers of Truth social link of the Judgment Arcana. Okay, so now we have the Seekers of Truth. With the crisis averted, we now have to find out who murdered all these people. Again. Oh, Nanako's alive. Oh.
What did you just say?
That's good shit right there. That's good shit. Oh, and Teddy's gone off, so now we have to find out where he's wandered off to. We can confirm that Namatame is not the killer, just like the other suspects. Well, besides Mitsuo, but that's besides the point. I'm telling you guys, it's Adachi. And if you already know it's Adachi, leave a like. So someone else threw them into the midnight channel and Namatame was trying to save them. Entering Namatame's room again for questioning, we ask him if saving people means killing them. And he actually responds with a no, confirming even further that he isn't the killer. Then he tells us his backstory and how he discovered the midnight channel. And in the evening the next day, we finally gathered enough information to make a real attempt at finding out who the killer is. Please tell me he's here. There he is. I'm gonna click this name with full confidence that he is the one doing this. He would have been able to approach your house with ease and he knows the area well. Exactly. You've encountered him many times while investigating the case. Bro, it's him. It's him, man.
He's your textbook lousy detective.
That's what he wants you to think, Yosuke. Oh, Adachi, we're here for you, buddy. Yeah, it's odd, isn't it, Dojima? What about the warning letter, buddy? Nah, he's folding. He's folding. Hook, line, and sinker. We got him. Adachi is the real killer. There's no denying it now. He slips up and says that Namatame is the one that put them all in. Put them all in what, Adachi?
I don't know. I said I'm busy.
Bro, that man folded just like that. Just like that. Folded. He went into the fucking TV, bro. Oh my god. Bro, bro, are you guys stupid? He went to the TV. Hey, I say, we say fucking let's go. Although we wait until the next day to go in. And while we're asleep, we enter the Velvet Room and see Teddy and max out his social link. Look at that. Teddy is back. We track down Adachi and his dungeon is actually one of the first areas we visited with Chie and Yosuke way earlier in the game. And this guy Adachi is unhinged, but aura through the roof. We're gonna get to see some Adachi backstory.
But it turns out you're another worthless bitch.
Whoa, what's good with him, man?
What's wrong with you?
That's what I'm saying. In this little Adachi backstory, we see how he discovered the Midnight Channel and his ability to put people into the TV. We also see how he threw Saki into the TV and really started this whole thing. And he's also the one who convinced Namatame to throw everyone inside the Midnight Channel. And it also turns out that this isn't the real Adachi. He's somewhere else. His dungeon opens up and we have until the end of the year to stop him or else the whole town will be engulfed in the fog. We have the opportunity to see Adachi alone, so we take that opportunity and almost die. Yeah, never doing that again. The social link changes from the Jester to the Hunger persona, but let's not go after Adachi right now because we have to max out Marie's social link, and this is really important because it is required not only for all social links, but also another trophy later. I then max out the Death social link as well as Naoto's. I max out the Young Mother and earn the trophy for reading all books. On the 21st, I max out I's social link and then start working on Margaret's. Her social link is unique because instead of hanging out with her, you have to show her personas with specific skills. It's not hard to max out with a guide and I get mine all the way to rank 9. And now it's finally time to get hardcore Rosette fan. After 5 hours of straight grinding for these lines, I finally get the trophy. And now that that's out of the way, let's go stop Adachi. His boss fight is 2 phases, one in his shadow form and then another when he turns into Amino Sagiri. Now let's talk about these Sagiris. Sagiris are essentially spirits of fog and in Persona lore are the children of Izanagi and Izanami. We learned about this when we went to Gekkoukan in one of the classes. We've already taken out 1 Sagiri and when we beat this one, that'll be 2. If you want to learn more about it, feel free to, but I won't be covering anything about Sagiris in this video. Amino Sagiri, which is the one we're currently dealing with, apparently represents the heavens according to the internet. After the boss fight, he's actually pretty cool and lifts the fog from our world and we are able to secure Adachi and now we can finally put this case to rest. For good this time. And with the case solved, that means we can finally wrap up this amazing game and finish up the last couple months. Since Christmas Eve is tomorrow, we decided to make plans with Chie since she was the only one romanced in the playthrough. I feel like Persona 4 is the only Persona game where you romance someone and it's an actual relationship and not just something that happens and then it's over. I haven't played Persona 5 in a long time, so it might happen in that game, but I don't know. On Christmas Day, we get news that they're letting Nanako out of the hospital for a little bit. To celebrate Nanako coming home, we have a huge cake, and it's actually good. Dojima tells us that Adachi confessed to the murders, so it really is case closed. Now it's December 31st, New Year's Eve. So we ring in the new year with the homies, and on the 2nd, we build a snowman with Nanako, and it looks awfully familiar. And there's something about endgame Persona music that just hits different, man. Absolute bangers. But we actually get put out of commission for a few days because we become sick. And this is why I said it was important for us to max out Marie's social link, so that we can go and save her. She's wandered off from the Velvet Room, and this ties in with the trophy. Now that we're fully recovered, we can max out those remaining social links. I max out Yumi's and Margaret's and unlock a trophy for drinking coffee at Cafe Chagall, which will be very important in our New Game Plus run. Then I max out the fellow athlete social link as well as Saki's brothers. Now it's time for some trophy cleanup before the end of the game. The first one is for defeating the Reaper, and you can encounter him after you open 20 chests, and then on the 21st has a chance to be the Reaper. There's guides online on how to spawn him, and it's not very hard. The Reaper goes down and we get our trophy. Then I earn another really easy trophy for making 5 perfect box lunches. And on February 11th is the big ski trip that we talked about earlier in the game. However, we get separated from the group and stumble upon this cabin, and hey, there's a TV inside. This is where Marie is, so let's go save her. In this dungeon, I earned the trophy for hitting an enemy with an attack with over 999 damage. And when we reach Marie, she looks different. After a boss fight with Marie, we escape into the real world and earn a trophy. It's Valentine's Day, so we spend the day with Chie, and then we skip ahead until the end of March, the last day before we leave. This is the last day you will be spending in this town. You should wander around for a while. And here we go. We get to max out our final social link for Adachi, and we get the probably hardest trophy in the entire game. At least in my opinion, I think maxing out the social links are always the hardest to get in the Persona games. It's because it requires dedication for literally a whole playthrough. And if you mess something up, you got to do a whole other playthrough. In Adachi's letter, he remembers someone that told him about the Midnight Channel when he first came into town. There we go. Maxed out Hunger Persona or social link for Adachi. We should get our trophy right here as well. There we go. Legend of Inaba. Only a silver trophy, funny enough. Max out all social links. I feel like that should be a gold. Do you guys remember the first thing we did when we entered this town? Anything that was odd? I obtained the Orb of Sight from Igor, and yeah, the person behind everything was the gas station clerk that shook our hand at the beginning of the game, awakening our persona and starting this insane story. So who is this person? Like, obviously someone who's
really are troublesome.
oh.
Not
Okay.
only did you
The town becomes enveloped in fog once again, and we see the final boss, Izanami. Oh, there we go. And there's another trophy fashion plate. Fight a battle in a costume. I'm surprised I actually never got this one, but I never changed my costume. So let's go take her down. And the last time we'll be entering the TV world. And do you guys remember this as well? This was the first area we ever explored briefly the first night we were in Inaba. The final boss with Izanagi goes well. We use the Orb of Sight on the boss and it seems to finish it off. However, that was just the first phase. The boss then uses this spell that sends me and all my friends to the Shadow Realm. However, with the power of friendship and all my social links coming through to give me the will to continue on, all of Izanagi's attacks are no longer effective against me. Doesn't matter how many times you hit me. Myriad truths. Here we go. So this is the fog world after it was lifted? Oh, I see. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. The town's fog and the fog from the other world have all been cleared. The human heart has the strength to shine through the clouds of lies and uncertainty. You and your friends were able to prove that fact. And that will remain true until the end of time. There is our trophy. The truth is in your hands. Defeat Izanami. And we're off.
This is it.
Damn, this is really the end. I always hate finishing JRPGs because it's such a huge time commitment. So it's like you've actually learned to like grow with these characters and stuff like that and like enjoy them because you're spending so much time with them. Oh, Teddy, you're going back to the TV world? With Izanagi finally defeated, we can close this chapter and wrap up quite an exciting year in Inaba. After saying bye to our friends and all of our classmates we become friends with throughout the year, we head up to the train station and watch the final cutscene.
Well, see ya.
Good luck over there, too. If anything happens on your end, we'll come running.
Until we meet again, Senpai.
Senpai, I'll be waiting for you.
See ya. Take care.
I'll be looking forward to seeing you again.
Well, be careful.
I'll see you, Big Bro. Bye-bye. Thank you for everything. Stay well until we meet again someday.
You'll always be my sensei forever!
Please don't forget about us over there. I love you, Senpai.
I'll do my best! You better not run away too, Senpai!
I'll always remember our time together.
Distance doesn't matter to us! Even if we're separated, we're still friends!
Take care.
See you again, Sensei! Bye!
I'll miss you.
He's really gone.
It's sad that he won't be around, but we will be okay, right, guys?
Doesn't matter how far apart we are. The bonds we've made will remain strong. Everyone's heart is connected to the people they know and trust. It's those bonds that let us all search for our purpose in life. As long as it's a purpose you believe in, there will always be someone who can help you fulfill it. You, me, and everyone else. There are no barriers. Our hearts are one. Right, Sensei?
Oh, am I back? Am I back for the summer? Oh, and it's Namatame. Let's go see everybody, man. It's actually really exciting. There's Yosuke and Teddy. Oh, that's funny. Whoa, Kanji, what? What's good with you, man? It's pretty wild. Like, it's only been a couple months, but everybody's changed so much. Dude, I can't get over this. What did they do to my boy Kanji? Yosuke, that fit is not... That's not good fits right there, dude. Like, what are you wearing, Yosuke? Back at the Dojima residence, we have everyone together, good food, and that man Namatame is running for mayor. Hey, he's got my vote. Oh, Nanako. Nanako, you've also changed a lot. And it seems that Marie has also found a career in being a meteorologist. I think that's the profession. We then reminisce on the year and Dojima drops some facts. And then we watch the real final cutscene. This game has a lot of pump fakes, that's for sure.
Your cooking is barely food, Chie.
Hey, shut up! What about mine?
It's cold, Yosuke.
I could have made something too.
Please don't.
What was that? I can cook if I put my mind to it. So can I. That's...
Gotcha. Got it?
Oh, yeah.
Well then. 1 and...
Good to see you, Senpai.
Kanji, it was welcome back. How could you mess that up?
Hey, just shut up, all right? I just got stage fright, that's
Well,
all.
I figured someone would blow it.
And that is Persona 4 Golden. Great game. I enjoyed this way more than I thought I would, honestly. I really didn't think that I would enjoy it as much as I did, just because of how, I guess, older it is. I didn't know if I would enjoy just the aspect of like the controls, the dungeon crawling, things like that. But I really did enjoy the game. I enjoyed the characters. I think that this game has the best characters in the series. I've only played 3 and 5. 4 was like the only other one that I needed to play, I guess, on modern consoles. I've never played 1 and 2, but I think that this game definitely has the best characters in the series. I think that even if I guess this game never happened, I still think that they all would have became friends. This definitely has the best cast of likable characters, and then I think 5 and then 3. Persona 3 is my favorite Persona game, by the way. I don't know if I ever mentioned that, but that is my favorite Persona game. But this is definitely up there. This is definitely up there. The only, I guess, bad things I have to say about the game is just it's kind of just old, you know. When it gets that Persona 3 treatment though, when it gets that remake, honestly, I think it'll probably end up being the best Persona game, because the story is already great. The story, the characters, overall just a very fun experience. I think my playthrough was around like 70-80 hours, but it didn't even feel like it, honestly. But we're not done yet. There is still a few trophies I have to clean up in New Game Plus, which requires me to do a whole other playthrough of this game. Definitely won't take as long as my first playthrough, but I'm gonna let these credits roll and then get to that as soon as possible. Aw, look at that. Then if you load the data, you save here, you start the game over, carrying over certain attributes from your clear data. If you overwrite the original save, you will be unable to continue playing from that point in the game. Yeah, we're gonna save to a new one, I guess. Also, I know it says that my playtime's 150 hours. It definitely wasn't that long. A lot of that's idle time that I just like left the game on overnight or something like that. All right, so I'm actually back on my first save because there's a little bit of prep I have to do for New Game Plus, mainly because I didn't do it originally. But I'm gonna try to complete the whole compendium right here. I have 61% of the current personas registered. I'm gonna try to complete all of it. I have 887,000 yen. I still don't think it'll be enough to do it. So if I need to, I'll go back and farm more money, but I am going to try to get as much of this knocked out as I can. Nah, this persona is fucking crazy. Why is it literally a penis on wheels? I literally have 2 more personas that I need to fuse. Oh my gosh. I have 233,000 yen. Can I do it? I hope so. All right, this should be it. Just be able to fuse these two, I don't even know how to say this persona's name. My brain is literally so fried. Don't care about the skills. Just let me get done with this, please. That should be everything. No, did I miss one? I might have missed one. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Oh, there we go. Thorough bookkeeper. Complete the persona compendium. But there's still one more persona that I do have to fuse, but I can't do that yet. So now let's move on to New Game Plus. In New Game Plus, the only thing that I have to do is max out Margaret's social link because there is a trophy for beating her in a boss fight. Other than that, it really is just a skip everything playthrough. We also have to defeat every mini boss at the top of everyone's castle. When we unlock Okina City, we get access to Cafe Chagall again, and we can start extracting skill cards from personas. We need to do this for a trophy that requires us to register 100 skill cards. And in August, we get that trophy. The next trophy that I get is for becoming the Quiz King. This is accessible through the TV listing screen and is 3 rounds, and it's just trivia questions, not too bad, and after the 3 rounds we get the trophy. And once we reach level 91, we are able to fuse Izanagi no Okami, and earn that trophy as well. That just leaves one more, for defeating Margaret. When she gives us this invitation on the last day, we can go see her at the top of Nanako's dungeon and start the fight. This fight took me way too long, honestly, but eventually we get it done. And why do you still have health left? You shouldn't have any. Thank you. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm tired of this dialogue. Just give me the trophy so I can get the platinum. I hated that fight. There we go. One who has proven their power. I'm not gonna reconnect. And there it is. Golden completed. Earn all trophies. This was definitely a long one. Definitely a long one. Fun game, fun story. Everything about it was pretty good. I did definitely enjoy platinuming this game for you guys. But if you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out a lot and I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's gonna be all from me, guys. I'll see you in the next one.